Hey there everyone, welcome to today's episode of BradyBot and the Bots. After our first episode yesterday, we played an imp pairs event and wound up with an overall score of, so these are the final rankings, plus 11.76 imps, which put us, looks like, close to about 80th percentile, ranked 3,000 out of about 15,000, and so the overall first place score got plus 52 imps, so we were never really going to be catching that, even if we did everything right at our table. There's this little link here, which, yeah, it looks like we can pop up. Oh, this must be a little small for everyone, so I can probably zoom in on that. And these were the overall results. We bit a slam on the first hand, picked up a few, did pretty well to just defend against the opponents rather than getting overboard on the next deal, and found good defense to defeat the contract. A couple small imp pickups here and there, but then board 7, pretty convinced that I probably made a ton of mistakes in the auction on this one. We can kind of pop up that board real quick. And so this was our hand. We had 11 cards in the red suits and sold out to 4 spades doubled after partner made what looks to be a penalty double of 4 spades, but taking a look at North's hand, our robot partner was far from really having a penalty on this one. So I think I may have balanced with something like 5 diamonds or 4 no trump if partner had not doubled, but when partner suggested penalties, it felt pretty natural to me to pass with 2 aces and a side ace king. Nonetheless, maybe I should have pulled, maybe I should have sensed that something was up, given that the opponents were bidding pretty aggressively and partner probably doesn't have a whole lot of values on this auction. But anyway, so that was our results from yesterday. We can now jump right back into today's event. And so free day-long tournament. This one's going to be match points. Pretty cool. Oh, actually, we can see how many people have already registered, 11,407. And once again, 8 boards. So let's get into the action. And on the very first deal, so once again, this is going to be us holding the best hand, which means we have 14 high card points. Partner is limited to, well, partner's a passed hand, but this means partner's also limited to 14 high card points, as are the opponents. I'm definitely not going to be upgrading this to a 1 no trump opener. I don't like the small doubleton heart. I would be much happier playing in, for example, a 4-3 spade fit at a part score level. Like if I open a diamond, partner bids a spade, I get to bid 2 spades. This hand just feels very suit oriented to me, with the small doubleton, ace king queen 4th, jack 10 4th, and ace 3rd. The 9 of spades could even be a pretty useful trump card in that suit. So I'm just going to make the normal opening bid of a diamond. A heart by West, just normal overcall, negative double, showing 4 spades. North notably would be bidding 1 spade with a 5 card suit here, so this should promise exactly 4 spades. So I just kind of want to look around a little bit. It looks like they suggest 2 spades shows extras, and 1 spade shows 4. Well, I've mentioned already that I would like to play this hand in a 4-3 spade fit if possible, so I think I am going to bid 1 spade. I mean, especially given the heart overcall, yes, we might have a club fit, but this is match points, and playing in spades offers a chance to score more points. So I am going to bid 1 spade, 2 hearts by West. Small doubleton heart doesn't look great for defense, although partner may well have hearts on this kind of auction. I'm going to take the push, and I've said before I would like to play this hand in spades, so I'm going to do it. 3 hearts by East, and now we do kind of have a question as to whether or not we thought we were making 2 spades. And this is a common problem at match points, where other tables might not have the same auction as you, and so you don't know if other tables are going to face this problem, if East is going to bid 3 hearts all the time, Or if your side is going to end up declaring 2 spades on this hand, or 3 clubs, or some other part score. So the real question is, do we think that we were making our contract? Because if we were making 2 spades, or 3 clubs, or 3 diamonds, or whatever we wound up in, that would score more than 100 points. It would be 110 or 140 even, maybe. And in that case, if we just defended 3 hearts, if this contract does not make, then we're only going to be picking up 50 points a trick. So we would really want to double them for the potential of collecting plus 100 or plus 300 in their contract. I do have decent defense. The fact that I'm shorter in spades actually reduces the total trumps on this deal, potentially. Of course, partner could have a club or diamond fit over there. But what does doubles say? It's suggesting I have biddable hearts to the robot. So we did learn yesterday that we probably don't want to make bids that our partner doesn't expect. I'm not confident we were actually making our contract, so I would be happy to just score plus 50 on this deal. So I think that's where I stand on this one. All right, we get the 7 of hearts lead from our partner. And that is a horrible dummy for East. So now I am wishing I had doubled, but it still might have been the case that we were not making 2 spades. Well, I don't think much can be gained from trying the 9 of hearts. I also don't think I lose a whole lot, so let's try it. We force out the king, declare continues drawing trumps, and it looks like they have a 6-3 heart fit. Small spade is led, and we know that partner has exactly 4, so it's always going to be safe for us to duck here. Partner played the 8, probably confirming that he has a 4-card spade suit over there. So I think my line of play here is to win the diamond, cash the spade ace, declare has what looks like maybe 2 spades, 2 diamonds, 6 hearts, and 3 clubs. And then I plan to just play ace king of diamonds to exit a diamond, declare we'll have to win, and will be forced to lead clubs himself. Now, am I going to want to pop up with the jack of clubs at some point? I don't think I need to. So let's win the queen of diamonds, let's cash the spade ace, and let's start playing diamonds. Oh, declare has 3 diamonds, 2 spades, 6 hearts, and therefore 2 clubs. So now I could just lead a club. I think I'm going to do that. There's no reason to kind of get a little extravagant on this one. And declare should have the rest. You know, it's all hearts. I guess I could concede to play out the hand faster. I wonder why the robots don't claim. But all right, so we do beat this a trick. And yeah, looking at the hand overall, so again, I'll kind of jump into the history quickly just to take a look at what's going on. In spades, it looks like we had 2 heart losers, a club loser, a spade loser at least, and then there might be some long-term issues given a 4-2 spade split. I mean, maybe the opponent's best defense is actually to start with 3 rounds of hearts, and when West gets in with the spade king to play 4th round of hearts. Still, I have to feel like some tables would make 2 spades. Now, that isn't to say they would always be allowed to declare that contract. How about 3 clubs? Maybe 3 clubs has a better chance. Looks like in clubs you lose 2 hearts, a spade, and a club. So 3 clubs actually feels like a pretty simple way to score 110 on this deal. Well, double dummy par looks to be 3 hearts doubled down 1, and we got to the par contract, but we just didn't double them. And so kind of for a lot of the reasons I was discussing, I'm kind of happy to just defend and let them play 3 hearts. I had no certainty that partner had a perfectly fitting hand opposite my jack 10 4th of clubs, and that we were actually making our contract. So Anyway, on to the next board. This one, just a balance 15. We get to open a no trump and it passes out. Okay. Well, I think I'd better go up with the jack of spades. Trick 1. This is my only potential entry to dummy for a possible club finesse, and I think I should be trying to take that. The 9 of spades is a really weird lead. Well, let's play the jack of spades. I expect these to win the ace. Okay. 9 of spades, jack 8. Now, I get the feeling that East is doing this, so that West has led from a doubleton spade, which is just not a good lead against one no trump all pass, and East is playing the 8, presumably encouraging from some holding like ace 5th. So, if that's the case, it's very possible that the club finesse is not going to work well for me, but I still think I should be going after the club suit on this hand, so I will win in dummy and lead a club. I guess I'm gonna stick in the 10. East was a passed hand, right? Yeah, I guess I will stick in the 10. And it does lose. And we get the queen of hearts back, which is not terrible for us. We get to win the king, knock out the club ace. Yeah, so it now does look like West started with a doubleton spade, 3 clubs to the ace queen, and maybe 4-4 in the red suits. All right. So what do I want to be doing here? Now that I know... Well, I suppose I should ditch a spade. That doesn't seem like it can hurt all that much. Oh. Well, that's interesting. But, okay. We get a diamond round to our ace. We do get to cash 2 clubs. And unfortunately, we're 1 down. But a bit of a strange lead by West there. Let's pop into the history. That against one no trump all pass, West having a 5-card suit really should have preferred to lead that suit against a no trump. And there wasn't a whole lot we can do. I mean, West figured out the correct switch at trick 3. I suppose if I was really confident about what was going on in the spade suit, maybe I could actually just win the king of spades in my hand at trick 1, possibly convincing West to continue that suit and lead the king of clubs out directly. It gives up on any potential for taking a club finesse, and that feels pretty bad, but if West really does have a doubleton spade, I mean, is it that likely he also has a doubleton club? I don't think so. So maybe I could have done a little better in convincing the opponents to defend a little worse on this one. But ultimately, I mean, we set up our suit, we got kind of the par result on this board after a 1-no opener. The opponents look like they have a heart fit, so maybe there is some potential for East-West to actually declare a heart contract and score more than 100 points. So it feels about average on that deal, is what I'm thinking right now. All right, on to the next one. 6-3-3-1, we have 14. It's never really been my style to open these off-shape hands with a 6-card suit. I mean, by off-shape, I mean hands with a singleton and a 6-card suit. I don't like opening a no-trump with 2 features that are kind of strange. Like, I'm okay opening with a singleton, I'm okay opening with a 6-card suit. I don't mind any of that. I'm okay opening a little light on high card points. I'm okay opening a little heavy on high card points if my hand is really awful. But here, we're light on high cards, even though ace-king is excellent. The 10 of hearts and 9 of clubs could be good cards. But we have a singleton and a 6-card suit. I'd rather just open this club. Partner responds a heart. My general preference is to bid 2 hearts. I think the robots probably expect this to show 4, and they do. So it looks like my alternatives are to bid 2 clubs, which is maybe a bit of an understatement for the hand. 3 clubs is a bit too much on this deal, or 2 hearts. Again, this hand feels very suit-oriented, and I really prefer to play in major suits to minors, so I'm going to bid 2 hearts. Okay. Well, I think a whole lot of things could happen. Now, at Matchpoints, one of the most important things is when you make a decision that might be a little bit anti-field. Here, you want to consider alternative auctions, and I think it's very possible that our hands can end up in anything from 2 clubs to 3 no-trump on this deal. If my hand opens a no-trump at some table, North, holding 10 high card points and 4-4 in the majors, would go through Stamen, and once he finds out we don't have a major suit fit, would bid 3 no-trump. And that contract looks to have 6 club tricks, the ace of spades, but given that the ace of diamonds is offside, it feels like either a spade lead or a diamond lead might actually just doom that contract. Although if diamonds are 4-4, maybe it can make. So I'm thinking 3 no-trump has some play, but I'm going to go off of the assumption that 3 no-trump is probably going to go down. So if that's the case, I really want to make my contract. Alternative spots are, of course, some part-scoring clubs, in which case if we just make 2 hearts, we're going to be doing at least as well as the pairs who play in clubs, and potentially even better, depending on how many tricks they take. Looks like they have 6 club tricks. It looks like the diamonds are not positioned well, so they probably lose 3 diamonds and a heart, which would be 110 points. So if we make as many as 9 tricks in hearts, then we'll be able to score the same tricks and do a little better. Well, I think the first thing to do is the ace of diamonds is not with East, so we always are going to duck the opening lead. And East does continue a diamond, we're going to duck again. So that's kind of neat that the ace of diamonds fell doubleton. Although, if East has the heart ace, that means that he's going to be able to give his partner a diamond ruff at this point. Oh, I probably should have put in a... Oh no, my hand's the dummy. My hand's the dummy. I was thinking maybe I should have put in like the 10 to try and force East to play a different card, but yeah. So what I'm thinking now is that if I just start playing hearts and the opponents duck 2 rounds of hearts, then there's still going to be 2 trumps remaining, and if I were to play a 3rd round of hearts, attempting to, for example, pull trumps, my spades are very vulnerable. So that kind of makes me want to try roughing some spades in my hand. How would I go about that? I could lead a heart to the king, and if that holds, I could then ruff a spade, cross to the club queen, ruff another spade, and play the ace-king of clubs, discarding a spade. Someone's going to ruff that 3rd round of clubs, and then maybe a diamond ruff comes through, but then all they're going to get from there is the ace of hearts. So that would score me 110 points to make my contract. I kind of like that line, and of course if I lead a heart to the king and East wins to give his partner an immediate diamond ruff, then I might actually just do better, because then if trumps are 4-2, or even if they're 5-1 at that point, I will be able to pull trumps and hopefully run all the club suit. So let's play a heart to the king. I assume this is going to be ducked. Ooh, East won the ace of hearts to give his partner a diamond ruff. So this is kind of exactly what I was hoping for. So I do get to win the club queen, and to be a little bit safe here, I'm going to ruff a spade immediately. There's no cost in this because I can ruff with a high trump, and now I do get to just continue pulling trumps. Perfect. And I can cash the last heart, just in case someone gets squeezed. We do get a club discard, so I'm just going to be able to claim the rest. So 9 tricks, plus 140, and I think that's going to be a huge result for our side. I do expect that in this field, a lot of players will end up playing in clubs, or maybe no trump. How does 3 no trump actually do, looking at the overall hand? Well, with the diamonds kind of sitting in a weird spot, West would really need to lead the diamond ace to defeat the contract, assuming South is declaring. Because a spade lead doesn't really set up enough tricks with the queen 10 of spades sitting over the king jack. Then declare would be able to set up his heart suit. So there is some potential that we lose to pairs who open my hand to no trump, I think. But if pairs don't open my hand to no trump, I suspect we're going to be getting a pretty good score for 2 hearts making 3. Okay, on to the next deal. 1 diamond in the north. Let me see how I'm doing on time. 20 minutes in, and we played 3 out of 8 deals. So I think I'm doing a little bit better today on time. And I was hoping to go a little bit faster on these. I mean, I don't want to just sit and ramble for 10 minutes on one deal about how, you know, some very obscure layout of the cards could cause something else to happen. But I do kind of want to talk through my thought process a little bit as I'm going through. Well, on this one, I'm going to be bidding 3 no trump. I wonder what 2 hearts shows. New suit. Because it would be nice to find some sort of artificial bid that might find us a 5-3 spade fit. Although there's no guarantee that a 5-3 spade fit is even going to be better than 3 no trump on this kind of deal with such weak spades. But the reason I really want to go to at least game on this hand, well, exactly game, I don't want to try for slam, is that my king doubleton of diamonds is kind of positioned perfectly. Opposite partner's 1 diamond, 2 diamond bid. Partner has a 6 card suit. If that's ace queen 6th, then we have 6 tricks in the diamond suit and no trump, assuming a normal distribution on cards. Yeah, so let me just flip through a little bit of what bids mean on this auction. New suit, 3 or more hearts, 4 or more spades, forcing to 3 no trump. I actually kind of like this. You know, if we do end up in 3 no trump, I want them to lead clubs, I think, as opposed to hearts. So I'm going to try this. Hopefully partner will show me 3-card spade support if he has it. He does. And now I do, of course, need to make the decision about whether I think 4 spades is really the legitimate spot on this deal. Now, of course, with partner having 3 spades and having 6 diamonds, he has at least a doubleton, maybe multiple doubletons in the round suits here, which means I could rough cards in his hand. I think that's probably good enough reason to try 4 spades for my game. This could be the wrong choice, but I feel like the field might do something like this, find their spade fit and get to 4 spades. So I kind of just want to duplicate the contract that they're in on this one. Looks like my 2 heart bid didn't really deter West from leading a heart. And, well, so the first thing I kind of want to do is consider alternatives. So if I had bid 3 no trump, rather than getting to spades, assuming the diamonds split, and it looks like West might have had a natural heart lead against that contract as well, we could get 5 diamonds and 2 hearts. I would have to win the ace of hearts, play king of diamonds, duck a diamond. Then when I got in with the king of hearts, I would have to run my diamond suit. And I suppose I wouldn't have to. I could try and set up spades immediately, but that could bring me under some uncomfortable pressure, not being able to keep enough black cards in my hand. And we don't really know how many tricks the opponents have in hearts. I mean, they could take the ace of spades, ace of clubs, and 3 heart tricks, as well as a diamond. So pretty happy to be in spades rather than no trump on this one. Looks like I can ruff a heart in the dummy, but that is going to prevent me from setting up diamonds. So I could do something like win the ace of hearts, play a spade to the king, and a spade to the jack. If the opponents then play back the king of heart, a second heart, I would win and play diamond to the king, diamond to the ace, ruff a diamond. This might get over ruffed, but then the third spade would provide entry to all of dummy's diamonds. So I think I like that line of play. The alternative is to ruff a heart in the dummy, but I still have a lot of clubs to deal with. So I could kind of like play safely in a sense by playing king of hearts, heart to the ace, ruff a heart, king of spades, queen of spades, cross to the king of diamonds, pull trumps. But then dummy's diamonds become stranded. I run out of entries. So I think I'm going to go with my first instinct, which is to win the ace of hearts and play a trump. Oh, East wins the ace and plays a heart back. Aha. All right. Well, let's think a little bit about this, because I could try and be a little sneaky and clever on this deal. I could do something like play the 7 of spades and play the 9 from my hand. That way, the third round of diamonds, I can ruff with the jack. What do I think? So in the auction, neither opponent stuck in a bid, and that tends to indicate that suits are splitting. I mean, partner had 12 high card points, I had 12 high card points, the opponents do have 16 between them. If either one of them had a 5 card heart suit, they might have found, like East might have found an overcall. If one of them had a singleton diamond, they might have found a takeout double. If one of them has singleton spade, they might have found a takeout double. So there's a much better chance than just the normal, say, 68% that both spades and diamonds are 3-2. Obviously, you would need to kind of combine those two together to get the chance that both suits were 3-2 on this deal. But it does feel fairly likely that that could be what's happening. It's a little weird that East did not switch to clubs and instead played a heart back. I think I'm still just going to go with my first instinct, which is a spade to the jack. Okay, the 10 of spades dropped, so I'm happy I didn't take a finesse, which means now I can play king of diamonds. Kind of carefully watch the spots a little bit, just in case something weird was happening, but it's not. And pull the last trump and cash 3 diamonds. It does feel a little bit like East had the ace of clubs, and that's why he was so afraid of leading a club, thinking that maybe, oh, he didn't have the ace, so I could have misguessed that suit. But we wind up with 11 tricks, which I think is a pretty decent result. If we had just ruffed a heart, we might have ended up with 2 club losers and a spade loser for making only 10 tricks. East was afraid of leading clubs because leading the 4 wouldn't be a true spot card, and leading the queen could kind of blow open the club suit. I see what was going on. Still, pretty happy with the result overall, I think. The opponents had 2 aces, and that's all they got on this deal. So, okay. On to the next board. We have 15, 5-card major, and we should note the opponents, or not the opponents, the robots are not particularly good at using Puppet Stamen. Or maybe Puppet Stamen just isn't available. Well, that does make me more interested in opening a heart, but my hearts are a bit weak here, and my Doubleton is pretty strong. I mean, this hand feels no trumpy to me. Like, I wouldn't be upset about downgrading this hand and saying that it's just not a 15 count. It feels more like a 14 or even a 13 count. Like Queen Jack Doubleton is not a great holding. Ace Queen Jack third is not ideal. My 5-card suit is actually my weakest suit from the honor structure. And given that I think it's hard for us to find a 5-3 heart fit if I open a no trump, just due to apparently systemic issues, I think I am going to downgrade this and just open a heart. Yeah, that sounds pretty positive to me. Okay, West overcalls 2 diamonds and partner bids 3 clubs, which apparently as a passed hand shows exactly 11 high card points. That's exciting. All right, well, partner bid 3 clubs. He has a club suit missing the ace queen jack. I would expect a 6-card suit over there. We do have a diamond stopper. I don't really know where our other tricks are coming from, but partner has some values, so let's bid 3 no. And we get the queen of diamonds lead. Okay. So I will play the 2, and I'm going to win the king. I don't think there's any reason for me to believe that East has the ace of diamonds, given West's 2 diamond overcall in the auction. So we have, well, maybe I should think about this a little bit. So we have 5 club tricks. The king of diamonds is 6. If the spade finesse works, that's 2 more spades, which gets us up to 8. That is not enough tricks. And West, the overcaller, is very likely to have the heart ace in addition. Really wish partner had that 6th club right about now. Also, why didn't partner make a negative double? Is that weird to anyone else? Partner has a 4-card spade suit. Couldn't we be missing a 4-4 spade fit on this auction? Come on, robots. Come on. Well, so let me think if there's any chance to make this contract. If I hop up with the diamond king here. If I run 5 clubs, that's going to be 6 tricks in. West has to come down to 7 cards, which could, of course, contain the spade king, the heart ace, and at least 4 diamonds. So that's not happening. All right, if I duck this diamond trick, there is some fantasy world where West does not continue the diamond suit, but I think that might even be worse for me. Like if West switches to a high spade or some sort of discouraging spade, and East actually has the spade king, then a diamond comes through, and they take all their diamond tricks. And looking at the hand, I mean, I do strongly expect to end up in 3 no trump on this deal, so we're probably not going to be in a different contract at other tables. But maybe on an auction, 1 no, 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 3 no. We don't get a diamond lead away from ace queen. I suppose that's possible. Well, I think I'm just going to cash out, and by cash out I mean I'm going to take the spade finesse and then just hope that the club suit is running. Maybe I did this in the wrong order. It looks like I absolutely did this in the wrong order. Oh my god. Oh, I played too fast. I absolutely needed to unblock the clubs in case they were 4-1. Well, this was not really the line of play, was it? Maybe I can save this. Okay, let's pause, take stock. I need to take 4 more tricks. So if I cash the jack of clubs, so West, now West just has, maybe West only has 5 diamonds? Started with 5 diamonds, that would give him the heart ace and 4 diamond tricks. I think I'm gonna go for that. So we'll see how many diamonds he cashes. I'm praying that, oh, well that's weird. What happened? Oh my god, okay, hold on. Did I break the system? Oh no. You know, I'm gonna need to take a minute because I horribly blundered on this hand and then the opponents just conceded the contract to me. What happened? Holy cow. Okay, let's step through this real quick because I made a really bad play. And okay, so West leads the queen of diamonds from ace, queen, jack, 5th. Sure. And East, okay, so an interesting point is if the queen of diamonds shows the jack, East should absolutely drop the 10 on this trick. When you dump an honor unnecessarily under another card, it promises the next lower card. So East could have told his partner he had the 9. Okay, so I won the Diamond King. And here, I was getting a bit discombobulated based on thinking about whether or not there was any chance to make the contract, and unfortunately I did the wrong thing here. What I should do is play the ace, queen, jack of clubs. That way if there's a 4-1 club split, I can then take a spade finesse and use the ace of spades as the entry to the remaining stranded clubs. This would allow me to cash out for 8 tricks and 1 down, which is absolutely what I was going to do if I had played this hand correctly. But I took the spade finesse immediately, and unfortunately the spade ace was my only dummy entry. So now, when the clubs did not split, I have no way back there other than the king of hearts, but to get to the king of hearts, I must use the heart ace, or must knock out the heart ace. And, okay, well, so I went after hearts because I needed to get back to the clubs. I was not taking any tricks otherwise. West won, but now he doesn't know what's going on in the diamond suit. And so he cashes the diamond ace, and his partner drops the 10 now, but maybe his thought process, I don't know if the robots have a thought process, but maybe the thought process here would be, well, if East really did have the 10 and 9 of diamonds, he surely would have played the 10 at trick 1, so the 9 of diamonds must be with South. That means cashing the jack of diamonds would set up South's diamond trick, and that's no good for the defense. So this is why West then elected to exit in spades. But I've set up my heart trick, my heart entry to the king of clubs is still there, and I was able to cash out for 9 tricks. Whew. I don't know if there's any lesson to learn from this. I mean, maybe I should make blunders more often. Maybe that's how people get these ridiculous percentages, that the robots don't think that you would make such a horrible blunder, and therefore your hand must look a little bit different. But I do think the lesson on that hand was that you should get better defensive signaling with your partner. You absolutely need to be able to know that you can cash out the diamond suit there when you get in. Otherwise, something like this happens. Okay, well, looking at the next hand, East opens a diamond. I have a pretty normal takeout double, and we have 12 high card points, so note, East has at most 12 high card points for his 1 diamond opener. 1 no trump from North, some values, but Okay, taking a look at the auction so far, I mean, I'm not thrilled about passing out a no trump. I think that we absolutely have a good sacrifice of some sort or a good contract to play in. Although partner could have a lot of diamonds. Well, let me just look at what some of my bids mean. So I could double again, which would just be further takeout. Maybe I want to do that. I assume a new suit would show, like, yeah, a real hand. So we don't want to do that. I will say, I think playing with a human partner, I would absolutely pass here. The only reason I'm considering bidding is because I don't think the robots have a great understanding of match points in general. Like, not vulnerable here. We definitely want to be sacrificing over a no trump, especially if the opponents are going to be making this contract. It is possible they only score 90 in one no, whereas we might get doubled and go down 1 for minus 100. But the opponents rarely double you in these kinds of auctions. When you get to the 2 level, I mean, my hand could be quite shapely, so they don't even know if they have caching tricks. They would need to have very strong trumps for it to work. I'm gonna try doubling. It looks based on the description that my hand kind of fits into this category. Okay, I'm content. I'm happy. I've pushed them out of one no trump, which I was pretty sure was making. They now need to take a large number of tricks and clubs to make up for that. So let's get out of here. Okay. So East does have the full 12 high card points. Partner leads the 2 of spades. I'm going to win the jack. And it does strongly look like partner has a diamond suit on this auction. I mean, West could have chosen to bid 2 diamonds if he thought he had a diamond fit with his partner. So the fact that he didn't do that means that partner is likely to have 5 diamonds at least over there. And partner, yeah, partner was not a passed hand, so partner could have a 6-card diamond suit even. The spade opening lead can't be a singleton. West would, of course, have bid spades naturally to look for a 4-4 spade fit, even though I made a takeout double. So my 2 options that I'm looking at, I could lead a diamond, hoping to potentially set up maybe 2 diamond tricks for my partner, if he has something like ace jack 10 5th. Or I could lead a low heart. This might be useful if partner has something like queen doubleton of hearts with, say, 10 3rd of clubs. Then declarer wouldn't be able to profitably pull trumps, and with no hand entry, I could then lead another heart to partner's queen, get a spade back through, cash the heart ace, and play a 4th round of hearts, potentially promoting a trump trick for our side. So those are kind of my 2 options. If partner does have 5 diamonds and 3 clubs, from the opening lead it looks like he has 3 spades. That would give him a doubleton heart. So even if partner doesn't have the heart queen, I could give him a heart ruff on this kind of layout. Obviously a lot of this is kind of irrelevant. If declarer's hand looks like the ace of clubs and the ace of diamonds, then he'll be able to unblock the clubs from dummy, cross back to the diamond ace in hand, and continue pulling trumps. Well, I think partner could have king doubleton of hearts, which makes me probably a little bit more inclined to lead a low heart. That way, even if declarer has kind of the nightmare hand of both minor aces, we still get our heart ruff. So I'm gonna do that. I wonder if they expect me to lead the 10 from this holding, but I'm gonna lead the 5. Partner does win the king, plays back a heart to the queen. Well, I think I should play a 3rd heart. It's hard to imagine partner would do this. Yeah. So let's play the third heart. Spade comes through. And so now we have a count on the spade suit. Partner led a low one. Spades were 4, 4, 3, 2 around the table, so declare is now out. And I'm going to try another heart. Maybe partner has the club 10. We can promote a trump trick. Nope. No 10 of clubs over there. Well, oh, we're playing standard signals, I forgot. Sorry. Okay, declare does get to pull the last trump, but then partner has the 9 of diamonds, it looks like, to win the last trick. So 2 down. And this was ultimately really, really strong defense from our side. I'm not sure my choice at trick 2 mattered. It looks like had I led a diamond, because partner did have the ace-jack 10 of diamonds, that we would still collect all of our defensive tricks. Since declare has no way back to hand, we could still get a heart ruff subsequently on this deal, and probably would. But overall, I mean, I'm very happy with the final result. What does it look like in one no trump? Maybe I should take a look at that first and foremost. I would expect partner to lead a spade, which looks like a good start to the defense. I could work out maybe something similar, that partner's likely to have diamonds and switch to diamonds. So declare would win the diamond king, probably unblock the king queen of clubs, and maybe lead the jack of hearts off dummy, trying to force an entry to his hand. How many tricks is that going to result in overall? Actually, it looks like we do better defending a no trump. Well, that's really unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. But, well, I guess we'll see at the end. I mean, plus 200 for the opponents going down 2, vulnerable, when they've had mostly an uncontested auction, and of course could have passed my second takeout double to force us into a bit of an awkward spot. Feels like a good result, but maybe that's a bit of a false hope that I have. Anyway, on to the next deal. Let's take a look. I have 14, a bunch of 10s. The honors are kind of working. I'm not going to upgrade the hand to a no trump. I just don't think that it's quite good enough. Maybe a 5th diamond would help. So I will just open a diamond. Okay, 1 spade by West, and negative double by partner. Ah! The robots can make negative doubles. This is great. I am surprised they didn't on that previous hand. And then 2 diamonds showing good support in spades. Now, I was not very happy with my hand when the 1 spade overcall comes in. Both my kings look to be poorly positioned, but with East bidding 2 diamonds, now East probably does have one of the black suit aces, is my thinking. So I'm less upset about it. Still, I'm going to show my heart support. 2 spades by East. I mean, all of this was kind of forced, presumably. And you know, I mean, but playing with a human partner, I would just pass at this point. And there's no reason to get further involved in this auction. I don't have any values, so to speak. I have very little extra. I mean, maybe the queen of diamonds extra in terms of high cards for my auction. But playing with the robots, I'm like mildly concerned that they won't balance with 3 hearts if it's correct. So let's see, what have I showed? 3 or more diamonds, 4 hearts, 13 to 15 total points. I think they're counting extra values for shortness, so maybe this hand is like 15 total points. So maybe I do have a maximum. Well, I'm just gonna do the natural thing and pass. I mean, it feels bad to be defending 2 spades on this kind of hand, but we'll do it. Okay, North leads with 3 of hearts and Declare. So hearts are 4, 4, 4, 1 around the table, and Declare has played b4 at trick 1. So I guess I'm going to play the 7 to conceal honor information. Declare wins the king and leads a diamond. I will win the queen, and of course I'm going to be playing on trumps, I believe. Want to prevent any sort of crossruff from happening. So yeah, let's start on the trump suit. Ah, partner has the spade ace. This is excellent. So we do get to play 3 rounds of trumps. That prevents any sort of diamond ruffs in the dummy, which is good news for our side. Partner throwing a club I don't like. That feels awfully suspicious to me. Okay. Oh, what is going on? Now I'm really confused. Okay, it feels like partner does have the last remaining club, which is the jack. I should lead the queen of hearts, but obviously Declare is going to discard, unfortunately, and I am end played here. So this was very poor defense on my part. I should have unblocked the queen of hearts earlier to allow partner to win this round of hearts. Then partner could play back the club jack and play Declare into leading another diamond away from his king. Try the diamond 10. Ah! What did I miss? Declare has the jack of clubs! What was this line of play? Oh my god, hold on. I am losing it today. What? I don't feel like I'm that out of it, but something definitely feels a little bit off. Still, what happened here? Why did Declare not take a club finesse? That's crazy to me. Okay, so what all happened on this hand? Declare led a diamond at trick 2 to try and ruff some diamonds, but then we pulled trumps, as any normal person would do. Spade to the ace, spade back to the king, and another round of spades. Aha, I see. So Declare is worried if he takes the club finesse that we just cash 3 diamonds. Of course, of course, of course. So that's why he, I don't know, made this weird play of the 10 of spades, but then played the queen of clubs to the ace to use the ace of hearts to discard a diamond. Maybe I should have worked this one out. Yeah, maybe I should have worked this one out. Anyway, it's not like I lost a trick anywhere. I was just a little confused as to what was going on. This has been, I think, a great set overall, but I feel like I have been really lost in a couple of these hands. All right, so 3 passes to us in 4th seat. We have 13 if we count our singleton heart queen. We have the spade suit here, so I'm pretty happy to just open a diamond and hope that we get into a spade contract. 1 heart by west, 2 hearts, limit raise or better in diamonds, 2 spades by east. Uh-huh. The opponents probably have a heart fit. So I guess I should bid 3 diamonds. Show partner that I have a fit. Oh, that ends the auction. Wow, this was not really the dummy I expected to catch on this sort of hand. But okay. I wonder if we're too low. It's hard to imagine, right? but okay. So East followed to the first heart. Hearts are 5-1 between the opponent's hands. We do get a diamond switch, which looks like it's probably the right thing for the opponents to do. And what's my plan? I mean, roughing dummy's heart's good is not really going to work out so well for me. But I do need to play this hand on somewhat of a crossruff. Maybe there's some way I can pull enough spades and throw West in with a heart to either give me a club finesse or give me a heart, kind of like finesse sort of thing. I mean, alternatively, I could just lead a club up towards the queen. So what does the line of play look like if I win the diamond king and lead a club towards the queen? Let's suppose worst case scenario. East wins the king and plays back a diamond. I win in dummy if diamonds are 4-1. I could pull one more trump, but then I just have a heart ruff in my hand, 2 black aces to cash. And maybe West does get end played into leading a heart for me at some point, but I suspect that the opponents can arrange for that not to happen. Well, let's suppose West has the king of clubs. So if I win the king of diamonds and lead a club, and West wins, plays a trump back, I win the ace, I can unblock the club queen and lead a heart. Rough in hand, cash my 2 black aces to discard hearts, pull trumps, I lose 2 hearts in the end. That nets me 9 tricks. I mean, I was kind of ambitious, thinking that maybe I can get more than 9 on this deal. I wonder if maybe I can. Maybe I can hop up with the diamond ace and just start cross-ruffing. So that would get me the ace of diamonds, and we're going to claim all of the trumps on a cross-ruff. So that would be 7 more trumps and 2 black aces, which would be 10 tricks. And so when does this line of play fail? I guess it fails if East has 3 diamonds. Although maybe I then have an alternative path to 10 tricks. So actually that looks like a much more promising line of play. So how does this look? I win the ace of diamonds, I lead a heart. If East discards, then I can ruff low, cash the ace of spades, ditching a club, cash the ace of clubs, ruff, say, a spade to the dummy, looks safe, lead another heart. Once again, East ditches, I ruff a spade, I ruff a heart, I ruff a spade, and that does get me all the way up to my 10 tricks. So count them again, ace of diamonds, 7 trumps, and 2 aces, 2 black aces. Okay, I think I'm gonna try that line. There are, of course, some pitfalls that can happen, but I suppose let's just see how it goes. East not throwing a club makes me think it's safe to lead a club here, so I'm gonna try that. And another heart. Okay. Ruff a spade, ruff another heart. Okay, so I might need to think at this point. Do I? I've played 2 rounds of spades. East has only discarded 2 rounds of spades. Yeah, so it should be safe to rough this. And now I get the queen of diamonds. Cool. And yeah, East is forced to rough. Well, not forced to rough, but can rough his partner's winner. 10 tricks. So yeah, that was actually probably a pretty instructive hand towards the end. That, you know, I had a couple different lines of play, I mean, but the hand felt like a cross rough, and it was absolutely correct to go about the cross rough. I just needed to reason out exactly how I was going to approach it. I don't think East could have done better by roughing in with his diamond spots when I was playing hearts through, but maybe that would be something interesting to look at. But I'm not going to analyze that here. Anyway, let's take a look at the provisional results. And yeah, I mean, this, of course, was a monstrous set. So 78.64%. Ultimately, only one board below 60%, which was board 7. Maybe we can take a look at that one somewhat quickly. Yeah, the opponents get to 2 spades and we beat it 1 trick. Maybe that means that some pairs our way were declaring a contract, scoring more, or some pairs our way ended up on the other end of the spectrum, ended up giving up more over tricks to the opponents in a 2-spade contract, or letting them make it, for example. But yeah, ultimately, I mean, a really strong set. I think for the most part I played well, although I had the absolute blunder on board 5, which probably took me from about a 50% board to 92%. But regardless, I mean, we had so this very last hand, actually fascinating to me that this was 98% on the deal. So it had been played 57 times already. So I wonder if that means that, I don't know, I mean, North was a little conservative with his actions on this deal. 6-5 in the red suits, having a diamond fit with partner. But I think rightfully so, given the 1 heart overcall. He knows his hearts are absolutely no good. But yeah, I mean, maybe other declarers didn't find this cross rough line to take 10 tricks, or they were a bit imprecise about it. I suppose that's possible. So that's a little surprising. Board 4. We also had a 99% on this. 4 spades in the south. Ah, yes, okay, so this was the hand where I went about setting up the diamond suit, where I pulled a couple of rounds of trumps and then played king ace of diamonds, roughed a diamond, drew the last trump getting to dummy, and ran the diamonds. I think that was a strong line of play, but I kind of expected other declarers to find a similar line. Maybe the defense could have made things a little more challenging. Obviously, East could have, I think I mentioned, switched to a low club, giving me a club guess when he was in. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, just incredible scores overall on this deal. Board 6, the one that I was a little worried about, in 2 clubs. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have been 200, is obviously a great result at match points. So anyway, that's it for the tournament today. I guess we'll check to see how I did on the leaderboards tomorrow. But tune in then for another episode of BradyBot and the Bots.